Moving to a brand new city or a brand new state can be very scary. And so it's very important before you make that giant decision of moving your entire life somewhere else to figure out the good and the bad of that location. In this video, we're going to be talking about the pros and the cons of the amazing Central Florida suburb, Winter Garden, Florida. My name is Andrew Sweet. I'm your Orlando, Florida real estate advisor. If you're looking to make a move to the Orlando, Florida area in the next 5 days, 5 months, or a year, make sure to just go to the description below, get in touch with me so I can make your move to Central Florida, Orlando, Florida area go as smoothly as possible. And guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the notification button below so that you can see my videos as soon as they come out. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of Winter Garden, Florida. The first pro of living in Winter Garden, Florida is the charming downtown area. I absolutely love downtown Winter Garden. Just to tell you a story, there was a season where I was going to downtown Winter Garden, Florida to the same coffee shop every single day to work on editing my YouTube videos, my Instagram videos, different things that I would do for real estate. I would travel to downtown Winter Garden because it's just so warm, it's so family friendly, very community oriented, and you can walk around, find a place you like. There's a bunch of different restaurants, all the way from like, gotta grab a quick bite to eat to, okay, I'm gonna go dress very fancy and sit down at this very expensive, nice restaurant. So they have everything there, bunch of different coffee shops. They have Plant Street Market, which is at the end of the downtown area, which is a single building with a bunch of different restaurants in it. It's a ton of fun. I absolutely love downtown Winter Garden, and I'm pretty sure you will too. The second pro of living in Winter Garden, Florida is that it has excellent outdoor recreation activities. For instance, if you're into parks or lakes or walking or hiking or biking, Winter Garden, Florida is an awesome place, and there's a bunch of people that flock to the area, even that don't live there, for these specific purposes. There is a walking, running, biking trail called the West Orange Trail, and it's 22 miles long. And right there in downtown Winter Garden, from the last pro of this video, downtown Winter Garden has easy, free access to this amazing biking trail. It's always fun. Something I love to do, I've mentioned it in a video before, is I love to get my bike, ride it on the trail as much as possible, get nice and hungry, and then go back to the downtown area in Winter Garden, Florida, grab a bite to eat, find food in one of the many different restaurants that they have. It's just all right there, easy access. So if you're an outdoorsy person, if you like walking, biking, running, Winter Garden, Florida is going to be an awesome place for you. The third pro of living in Winter Garden, Florida is going to be mainly for the families out there, or you young people who are looking to start families in the future. And it's going to be that Winter Garden, Florida has access to top-rated Central Florida schools. Winter Garden, Florida is part of the Orange County public schooling system. And what Winter Garden, Florida does really well is it makes an emphasis on quality education for kids and a solid community family feel. So that's why so many families are drawn to Winter Garden, Florida, is because it gives you all of these things. And it's true. I mean, like when you go to the downtown area or some of the other public spaces in Winter Garden, Florida, even just walk around some of the neighborhoods in Winter Garden, Florida, we're gonna run into a lot. It's a bunch of kids, a bunch of families. It's a very community-oriented area, and it makes living here really great for you who, if you're thinking about having a family or if you already have one. Of course, I'm not allowed to do a pros and cons video without actually having cons, so let's get into those right now. So the first con of living in Winter Garden, Florida might be something you could have guessed, and that's increasing home prices. Winter Garden, Florida, and just generally Central Florida have been exploding in growth over the last couple of years. Because of that, supply is lower, demand is much, much higher. So what we've seen is homes in Central Florida really increasing in price. Winter Garden is definitely no stranger to that. Winter Garden, Florida is one of the most desired places to live in the Central Florida area. It has everything that a family could need. It has everything that a single person could need. It's just right there. It's an amazing place and people love living there, and the demand in the area has driven prices up pretty high. Really, if you're looking for a home in Winter Garden, Florida, I would say to start comfortably, you need to be looking in the $500,000 range. and it's just going to really go up from there. There may be some opportunities for less than 500,000, but that's going to be few and far between. So you're going to want to make sure that if you're targeting this area, that you're ready to go into this area financially. Hey guys, Andrew Sweet here. Just wanted to take a quick break to remind you to subscribe. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure to press that notification bell. And if you are ready to buy, sell, invest in Orlando, Florida, or any of the surrounding Central Florida suburbs like Windermere, Winter Garden, Horizon West, all of those, make sure to check down in the description below where you can find my phone number, email, and different ways that you can contact me. Whether you're looking to move in the next 5 days, 5 months, or even the next year, make sure to reach out so that we can get connected and I can help your move to the Orlando, Florida area go as smoothly as possible. The second con, and it's one that really affects me on my day-to-day, is that because of the increase in population in this area, we have seen an increase of traffic and congestion during certain times in the day. So one of the problems with Winter Garden, Florida is that it was a pretty old part of the Orlando, Florida area that just started to catch the public eye and is now exploding with development. And because of that, what we have is an area that's older, that's not really built to hold all the people that are now moving here and living here. So we have a lot of older single lane roads. So if anything goes wrong, if there's a car accident, traffic. End of the day, people coming home from Disney, a lot of people who work at Disney actually live in this area. So around the time when Disney gets out of work, or when people at Disney, so like 5-ish, and in the mornings when people are traveling to work, it can get pretty busy on these kind of smaller roads. And so that's just something to keep in mind. Now, that's just a typical problem for the Orlando, Florida area. Winter Garden, Florida is just definitely no stranger to that traffic and congestion. And the last con of living in Winter Garden, Florida is it has very limited public transportation. Again, this is not an issue that only Winter Garden has a problem with. All of Central Florida really struggles with public transportation because Orlando is just so spread out. I recently visited Chicago, and what I absolutely loved there was the train system, the subway, right? You can get on a train and be at the other side of the city in an hour and not need a car. I just imagine how many people live there and don't even own a car. Whereas here in Orlando and Winter Garden, you need to have a personal vehicle to really get around affordably. Otherwise, you're going to be taking Ubers or Lyfts, and those prices can really add up. So you're going to want to make sure that if you're moving to this area, you're not expecting that a lot of public transportation. You're really going to be relying on your own personal vehicle. So those were just a couple pros and cons of living in Winter Garden, Florida. Let me tell you this, guys. I have lived in the Central Florida area for over 10 years now. Over 12 years actually now. And I love this area. I love Winter Garden. It is one of my, if not my actual favorite part of the entire Central Florida area. And that's the beauty of Central Florida, is that there are so many suburbs out here that will match your lifestyle. All these different suburbs and cities cater to different people, and they all mix and match, and it's awesome. And Winter Garden, Florida has a very specific feel, but it's warm, it's community oriented, family oriented, friendly, and they have just that beautiful downtown area with the brick buildings, the brick roads. I love it down there. It's so peaceful, and the ability to walk around between restaurants is just not something we see a lot in Central Florida. So having that there is a blessing. So of course, there's always cons to living anywhere. There's no such thing as a perfect place to live. But I would say I could have gone a lot further on pros of living in Winter Garden, Florida. I just wanted to balance it out a bit. But now I want to just give you guys a little bit of really good news. So just stay with me for a little bit longer. At the end of all of my videos, guys, I like to just share the gospel, and it's the gospel of Jesus Christ found in the Bible. And the simplest way I could say it is that we are all sinners, and because of our sin, we are destined to an eternity in destruction in hell. And the only way to be free from that is to repent and believe in the gospel of Jesus Christ, to have faith in Jesus Christ, that he came here to this earth. God came into the flesh of a regular human being, lived a perfect life, died a terrible death for us, and then rose again 3 days later, defeating death overcoming sin, and now invites us into the freedom he provided through his death. It's an amazing thing, and I just beg you to seek Jesus. If you know him already, seek a deeper relationship with him. If you don't know him at all, I just beg you to just start asking those questions. It will change your life here on earth, but more importantly, it will change your eternity. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with a friend, and press that notification bell if you or anyone you know is ready to move to the Orlando, Florida area in the next 5 days, 5 months, or even the next year. Make sure to just go down to the description below, find my contact information, and get a hold of me. I would love to help make your move to the Orlando, Florida area go as smoothly as possible. Again, my name is Andrew Sweet. I am your Orlando, Florida real estate advisor. And if you found this video helpful, then you'll probably like this video as well. So make sure to check out this one next.